हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति हूँ लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो 7 बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु, जो दायकु फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहीसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो 7 बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna. Pranams to Param Pujya Swami Shri Govindev Giriji Maharaj, and a very good evening to you all. On behalf of Geeta Parivar, this is JVSM Lakshmi from Mumbai, welcoming you all to this divine platform. Praying is a pathway to connect to God and absorb Him. Let's come together as a community to offer our prayers to that all-pervading Paramatma, the Jagat Guru Shri Krishna. For today's prayer, I welcome Srimati Swarupa Rani Tankala Rajam from Andhra Pradesh. A science teacher by profession, Didi is an MSc B.Ed and is a co-trainer and technical assistant who is associated with Geeta Parivar since August 2022. Didi, I welcome you for the prayer. Didi, please take over the prayer. Swaruparani Didi, for the prayer, please.
She's not there, Didi.
Okay.
आप लीजिए.
Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna to all of you. With this prayer, let us begin our session today. Lighting a diya creates a perfect ambience for meditation and prayers. So, for this, I invite Veena Raghavendra Didi from Bangalore, Karnataka. Professionally tax consultant and interior designer, Didi joined Geeta Parivar in 2022. Completed her L3 and is offering Seva as technical assistant, batch coordinator, TTG member, and graphic and creative designing team member. So Didi, please come forward to do the deep prajwalan.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Didi, for that pleasant and divine experience and for setting the tone for today's session. Service is what life is all about. Come, let us experience life's deepest joy and true fulfillment by offering our sincere seva to the Paramatma by becoming a Geeta Sevi. Geeta Parivar provides multiple options to each one of us to play our part in this noble mission of Learn Geeta program. To grab this golden opportunity, we request all our sadhaks here to attend Aavo Geeta Sevi Bane. This program can be accessed by the Zoom link provided in your group at 8:30 p.m. today, that is 8th October. Please do attend. Now, in the third chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga, Krishna emphasizes the importance of karma in life. Now, let us dive into the depths of Karma Yoga as we continue our journey to understand the Madhyansh part of the third Adhyaya in today's interpretation session by our most respected and senior trainer, Shraddha Raodeo Didi from Hyderabad. Didi possesses a degree in electronics and has over 13 years of experience in mobile app development. She is a disciple of Swamiji Govindev Giriji Maharaj, and over the last 8 years, she has been inculcating Indian values and Hindu scriptures in kids over 5 years of age in a Bala Gokulam in Hyderabad. She has been with Geeta Parivar since August 2020 as trainer and also serves as examiner, Vivechak, and heads the class monitoring team. It's my honor and great pleasure to request you, Shraddha Raodeo Didi, to take over this session for the Madhyansh of the third Adhyaya. Didi, please.
Thank you, Lakshmi Didi. A very warm welcome to the session, all of you. It's beautiful to see all of you for the session again. And we are in the middle of a very beautiful chapter. Before we begin with the session, let us pray to the Almighty and to our very respected, knowledgeable Swamiji before we dive into this session. Hari Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Hare Paramatmane, Pranatah Kleshanashaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanina Swayam Vyasena Krathitam Puranamuninam Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Mashtadashatyayini Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavadgītā Bhavatveshini. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Hari Om. Before I begin, I wanted to know if I'm clearly audible. Lakshmi Didi, if you are there, Lakshmi Didi or Anjali Joshi Didi.
Slightly voice can be little more. Yeah.
Can be louder? Okay.
It's audible, but still.
Okay, I'll try to. Is this any better?
Yeah, sure. This is better.
Thank you so much, Didi. So let's begin. We are learning different shlokas of Karma Yoga. The beauty of this yoga, this Karma Yoga is a very special thing about Bhagavad Gita. And no better place to learn about Karma Yoga than Bhagavad Gita itself. Why we say so? Because all granthas, all the scriptures, all different Sanatani scriptures that we are aware of are probably written in a very peaceful environment, well thought, etc. Well thought scriptures they all are. But Bhagavad Gita has been set on a Yuddha Bhumi. And it has been said in a very tense moment when Shri Krishna has seen Arjuna in a very in a lamenting state. He had no inspiration to do anything, and in that kind of situation, trying to inspire him to do his duties is such a great job. It's such a tough job. One small thing you can see nowadays when kids don't study, and we just have to inspire them to do what? Just study. Okay, forget about the battlefield, war, etc. But if we have to inspire our own children, okay, not even somebody else, but our own children to do the very basic things like studying or the simple household course, it is so difficult. And inspiring Arjun to do something as massive as continuing with the war in a battlefield, that must have been such a difficult task. Now, the difficulty of this task is another thing, but imagine how deep this knowledge must be, how great this knowledge must be, how divine this entire discourse must be, that it is clearing all doubts of Arjun to make him follow the path of his karma, make him follow his duties in the best possible sense. And in the last session, we have seen what that at any point of time, we see this Bhagavad Gita scripture, many people who are hesitant to study about the scripture in the beginning on other things, they do not understand the importance of the scripture from the perspective of their own lives. This one chapter is a chapter which will help each one of us understand the Bhagavad Gita, the importance of scriptures from our own perspective, for us. So whenever something is given to us, what is our basic instinct? What is in it for me? That is the basic instinct that each one of us always have. So when a person is looking for what is in Gita for me, this is one of the most critical messages that anybody can follow. Last week we have seen the important shlokas which were describing about what is karma, what is niyata karma. We had also seen some types of karma, and we had come to a place, we had come to a very important phase of this chapter where Shri Krishna has introduced karma as a yajna. We all know yajna is perceived as what? Havan Kund, where the fire is lit, and in this pious fire, people are giving ahuti. And this is what we have seen. This is the definition of yajna we all are aware of. But this in Karma Yoga, in this chapter itself, in Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna has explained many different types of karma, of yajna. And one very important takeaway that we all should understand is that karma, our daily duties, are also a type of yajna. And how so? That important aspect of karma, that important aspect of yajna, we are going to see in today's shlokas. So we had covered up to 9th shloka. We'll revisit the 9th shloka once. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samacharam. When we say this word yajna, we all should also understand that as sadhaks of Bhagavad Gita, we all should know that yajna is one of the most favorite words of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. And here what Shri Krishna is saying, yajnarthat karmanaha anyatra lokaha ayam karma bandhanaha. What does this mean? Here, in the previous shlokas, we had seen that how any karma is arising out of different types of desires. And this is an endless process. Out of after every act that we do, out of every action that we do, what will happen? A result will come, a new desire will come, which will lead to a new karma, so on and so forth. We are always going to be doing something or the other. But what Shri Krishna is trying to tell, this is a chain. It is a vicious cycle that we get set in. What happens? Because some desires are unfulfilled. Now there are some actions that are done, and I have to bear the consequences of that action, and we have to do what? Take birth again and bear all the fruits, whether it is good fruits or bad fruits, whatever. Getting a very good life, rich in all the riches in the life if you've got, then it is because of what? Your purva sukrut, because of the good deeds that you have done in the past. We all believe that. Now, if that is the case, means even good actions are resulting in what? In a chain of actions, in a chain of karma, we are getting stuck. So irrespective of whether act is good or whether it is unfavorable act, you are going to get stuck in what? Karma bandhana. Karma bandhana is a chain of actions, a chain of this birth and death, this cycle we are all going to get stuck in with any sort of actions. Now, how can one free ourselves? One can free themselves from this cycle. Shri Krishna says, if a karma, if any action is done, how? With a feeling that this karma is an action, is a yajna, then there is some hope of you being relieved from the cycle of birth and death and from the results of karma itself. This sounds very different, very difficult also. But what we have to understand this thing, we have to first understand what is yajna. So what we have to achieve? We have to achieve our actions. We have to get our work done in the spirit of what? In the spirit of yajna. And while we are going to achieve this, we are trying to understand what exactly is yajna. Yajna, we all know that anything that is pious that is done, yajna is in itself is a full act of piousness, different action which is pious. How it is done? It is done with a great sense of righteousness, in a great sense of piousness. There is a lot of pavitrata associated with everything. It is done with a sense of what? Gratitude. When you are doing yajna, if any yajna is done, what is the feeling behind it? That whatever I am doing, let me get good fruits of it. That is one way of looking at it. But it is done in order to what? Please the gods and goddesses. When you are doing that, the feeling behind it is very pious. Whatever I have been given, whatever I have got in my life, whatever is there in my life, it is being given by something. And may you keep blessing me, oh God. This is the feeling that we have when we are doing yajna. So we all have to understand every act that we do, we should be doing with this sense of gratitude. Having this sense of gratitude while doing all your actions is what is the crux of doing yajna. You are doing actions with the spirit of yajna. For instance, now we all have gone to some schools in our childhood, have got education. These schools that we have been to, these hospitals that we whose services we take, are they all built by us? No. The school that I have attended, is that being built by me? No. But that has been, the act has been done by somebody else, and I'm availing those services. The hospital where I'm getting treatment at an appropriate time, that hospital has been built by somebody else. So I should be grateful for all that I'm getting from the society. What we have to understand here is nothing, nobody, and nothing can sustain it by itself. If I say I'm not taking anything from the society and I don't need to give anything back to the society, we are wrong here. Whatever education we have got, whatever food we eat, whatever hospital services we are using, the small thing, I'm seeing somebody going in a train, these trains in which you are traveling into, somebody traveling in a bus, the buses, all these utilities that we are getting in our lives are from something else, and we have to be very grateful towards it. And owing to this feeling, we are also obliged to give things back to the society, give this services back to the society in some form or the other. This entire concept comes under the periphery of yajna. So karma here is conceptualized as yajna, and every work that we are doing, we should be doing what is given in yajna. It is called ahuti, that is a sacrifice. We have to give a sacrifice in this particular yajna. So assuming that this karma is going to be our yajna, we are giving our sacrifices as actions. The actions that we do are a sacrifice that we are giving in return of the life that we are living. That is what is karma, yajna. I'll repeat that. Whatever life we have got is a blessing of many things. We are getting things from many people, and whatever actions we are going to do, that becomes a sacrifice which is being offered in this yajna. So whatever services I'm getting, I'm utilizing the services, I'm indebted to everything. Okay, now not only at the societal level, this is a matter of honesty also, whether we accept. Some people just deny, I have not taken anything from the society, mujhe kuch nahi dena. They are busy with their own work. It is a matter of accepting it. But what those who don't accept the fact, and what Shri Krishna is telling about such people, we'll see later. But this is not only at the level of the society, even at an individual level. We have been born and brought up by our parents. Our parents, if you look at the orphanages, so many kids having lost their parents at a very young age, and you look at yourself having parents who have taken care of you in a very infant stage, how dependent a kid is on the mother. We are obliged that at that stage, in that infant stage, a mother has taken care of us. So we owe something to her. We are living in a very prosperous country. We call our country as our Bharat Mata. This Bharat Mata is protected by great soldiers. We have a very strong Indian Air Force. Today is Indian Air Force Day also. It's time to remember the soldiers who are protecting. We have recently seen yesterday Israel being attacked by Palestinians. We are lucky that our entire region is being guarded by these soldiers. Today on this Indian Air Force Day, we can be grateful to them and thank them for whatever they are doing for us. We should keep them in our memory and have an attitude of gratitude. We are indebted to them. We are not alone. We have a very deep association with our surroundings. And hence, morally, we are indebted to everything around us. And this is like a loan that we have taken. Now, what should we do? We have to pay off this loan. How will you pay off this loan? By doing actions in accordance to yajna. Make your actions as a karma yajna and give this sacrifice and attain a state where your actions are becoming karma yajna. For this, what is the path that Shri Krishna has told? We'll see further. Sahayajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyatvam eshavos tvishta kamaduk. What Shri Krishna has explained here, this is not just from now, from all ancient times, from the time when this world has come into origin. From a long time, what has happened, this concept of sacrifice together, this yajna, sahayajna, along with the mankind itself, prajaha is the mankind, along with the mankind, this yajnas has also been created by whom? Prajapati, that is Brahmaji. So Brahmaji has not just created human beings alone or the mankind alone, this entire nature, along with the creation of the nature. When this nature was created, along with this nature itself, Brahmaji has created what? He has created mankind, all other creatures, and that with that he has also created the concept of yajna. He has created this yajnas. And this in the beginning itself, Prajapati, Brahma, has said that you have to propagate this, and all the person, he has also told that these yajnas are being created, and anyone who follows these yajnas, anybody who is doing these yajnas properly, for them, these yajnas will become like what? Kamaduk. We all know about the Kamadhenu, Gaumata, who's known as Kamadhenu. Whatever wish is made in front of her, the wishes get fulfilled. So whatever wishes are being made, the wishes will get fulfilled by the Kamadhenu. Similarly, for the mankind, this yagyas, whatever this act of yagya is like what? It is like a kamadhenu. It is the one which will help them fulfill whatever is in your mind. See, we all know the story of King Dasharath, who had the wish of what? Getting sons. He did a yagya to get sons, right? He wanted to have great heirs to his throne, and for that and this Prajapati himself has told that to attain this yagya that is created with the mankind, that yagya is like what? It is like a kamaduk, ishta kamaduk, a cow which yields all the desires. The kamaduk is the one which will be yielding all desires, and yagya is like those is like that kamadhenu. And with that, Shri Krishna is also telling about the different gods who there is a connection. What the yajna, in the terms of yajna that we all know, what we will do, whatever I was just telling you about, that we are working, the society has given us so much, etc., etc. All there are a set of gods and goddesses who are responsible for the very functioning of our body also. For instance, the eyes that with which we see different views, the eyes are powered by the Ishtadevta for your eyes is what? Agni Dev, Surya Dev. And the Jivva, the tongue with which we are talking, the Ishtadevta for that is Agni Dev, with the Saraswati Devi. All these gods and goddesses are responsible for a proper functioning, for blessing us to achieve what we are doing. How these gods and goddesses are appeased by us? By doing different types of yagyas. Shri Krishna is telling that by doing the yajnas, the gods and goddesses are being appeased. And in turn, what happens? They are happy with us. Like when Dashrath Maharaj did the yajna, he was blessed with the sons. So similarly, the gods are also, by giving gifts, they are also appeasing the bhaktas. They are also making happy. So with amongst each other, they are nourishing each other. They are taking care of each other. They are appeasing each other by the means of what? Yagya. Yagya is the connecting means of all these gods, goddesses, all the Ishta gods we have around us, and the different acts that we do. So this Shri Krishna is explaining in the next shloka, Devan bhavayatani te deva bhavayantu vaham parasparam bhavayantah shreyah paramavapsyatha. What Shri Krishna is saying, that there is nothing that cannot be obtained by pleasing the gods. By using what? By means of yagya. So by yagya, you can appease every god. By everything you can achieve by the means of doing the yagya. And how it is? Gods, Devan bhavayata anena. So with this, you can, any gods you can worship, you can appease them. And how is this in this relationship? Bhavayantu, parasparam bhavayantash. Parasparam means on each other. Parasparam bhavayantash. They are interdependent. And this yagya can give happiness to everything. One small thing I'll tell you, how our bhav, how our emotion, how our the feeling with which any yagya is done, the feeling with which any karma is done, how important it is. How important it is to be grateful, and how nice fruits you can get. How the result of being grateful can be a blessing. We can see from the example of Adi Shankaracharya. See, our scriptures are great. Our ancient culture, whatever has been there, the Brahmins have been asking for alms. The way it is being portrayed as if, they are asking for alms. They were not doing it just because they didn't have money. They had no, they were highly educated people. They were in search of knowledge, and they had a divinity around themselves. They visiting houses, was a pious thing for the houses where they are visiting. So it is not like, this concept of, people looking down upon it, like, begging, etc. This the concept has come from these invaders who have, tried to understand our Sanskriti in a very corrupted way. That is not how it was. These Brahmins who used to visit different houses for charity, they were blessings in disguise for the houses they were visiting. And because of these types of Brahmins who are visiting, the household, the people living in this household had an opportunity to do a yagya, which is also known as Brahma yagya, to be Rishi yagya, that is satisfy the Rishi Munis. This is considered as one of the very essential yagyas in our scriptures. There are different actions that we do, and whatever actions that we do, we sometimes feel that I have not done and committed any sin by doing any action. Sometimes we feel I'm just living my life peacefully and not doing any sins. But we all have to understand that while we are doing any actions, even a small act of eating is coming with a lot of baggage of sins. There are 5 sins which have been mentioned in our scriptures, which are which nobody wants to do. Nobody does it intentionally, but essentially these sins are happening. Every household encounters these 5 types of sins. They are Kandani, Peshani, Chuli, Udakumbi, and Marjini. These are some important associated with different important actions that we do in our houses. This Kandani, Peshani, grinding, and powders. We'll make powders of different kinds of spices, etc. Cooking, then washing utensils, taking a bath, sweeping our houses. When we are doing these basic actions, also so many uncountable number of creatures, uncountable number of insects and living creatures we end up killing. And this is inevitable himsa. Swamiji says this is an inevitable himsa. This kind of violence cannot be controlled. And whatever sin is done, now sin is being done, no matter whether you deny it, but a sin is happening. Because these sins are happening, there is some yagya that should be continuously done to wipe off these sins done on a daily basis. Every karma that we are doing, how nishpap, how pious it looks from outside, it is not like that. It comes with a set of its own baggages of sins, and these sins that I mentioned, these are inevitable. They are bound to happen. So if you are living a life of a human life, these sins are going to happen. And just to take care of these sins, 5 types of yagya also it has been prescribed in our Vedas. They are Deva Yagya, Pitru Yagya, Brahma Yagya, Nru Yagya, and Bhuta Yagya. These are different types of yagya. We'll not go into too much details of these type of yagya, but these yagya are very important. And while these yagyas are important, I was telling you about our Sanskriti, where Brahmins used to visit different households to get the alms. This type of thing that they were doing was giving an opportunity for all other human beings to do a particular yagya of doing charity, of doing puja of these Brahmins. So this is why our culture is very important. Even now in our cultures, it is being prescribed, that when we cook something, the first roti that we cook, keep it aside for the cows. Give something in hot in summers, keep a bowl of water outside for the birds. These small things, if we do, this is also a type of yagya, because it is resulting in something good for the surroundings, for the creatures living around you. And with what intention these actions are done, that is what matters. I was talking about these Brahmins visiting different households for bhiksha. Once Acharya, Shankaracharya, visited one house, and in that house he saw that the lady was very, very poor. And he was asking Bhiksham Dehi, and when she came out, she was full of guilt, because she was a very poor lady. She didn't have anything. She asked Acharya, Bhagwan Acharya to wait. And when she started looking in her house, in the backyard, she found a small avla. Avla, we all know, it's a gooseberry, a small berry like fruit, very rich in vitamin C. She found this avla, and she picked it up, and with a lot of heavy heart, because it's a very small thing that she had to offer. All other utensils were empty. She started crying and told Shankaracharya, I am so unfortunate. I have nothing in my house to offer you except this avla. I'm feeling very guilty that I have such a great person like you, such a great sage. That time he was young student. He's such a great sage, such a divine personality has, touched, his feet has touched my house, and I have nothing to offer except this avla. And looking at her emotion, Adi Shankaracharya, he chanted a shlok, a stotra, Kanakadhara stotra he chanted, and there was a rain of jewels on her house. And this is a beautiful story, and how this lady became rich. Just what was the important thing that was there? The only thing that she had was a very pure bhav, a very pure emotion behind giving alms, giving charity to the Brahmin who had come at her door. And this one pious act has steered her through this difficult time. This is what Sri Krishna says, that any type of yajna. So here it is the karma yajna. The yajna that she has done is the act of donation. That is also a yajna. Every small act, not only the ones that we do with the fire, but all the acts. And that is also important. The one that we are saying, the yajna kunda, that is important. It is considered that Agni is the mouth of all gods. And when any offering is given to Agni, it doesn't take it for itself. It is like a postman giving it to all the offerings, sacrifices given in the yajna are given to the different gods. All the karma that you are offering, not only to Agni, all the karma you are offering is reaching to the appropriate deity. And what happens to those who are not willing to do this? Anybody who is not willing to do this kind of things, Sri Krishna tells, Ishtan bhogan hivo deva dasyante yajna bhavitaha tair dattana pradayebhyo yo bhunte stena heva saha. If we are not doing any sin deliberately, but unknowingly there are many sins that are happening from us, and because of that, what we have to do is we have to wipe off all these sins. Those who do not perform these yajna are not having any means to wipe off these particular things that we are doing. And what Sri Krishna says, yo bhuntes, those who are just not doing all these things, those who are just enjoying all these utilities of their life, that they get all the objects that they have in their life, those who are just not willing to give away. There are some miser people. I have lot of money. When it comes to donation, 200, 500. For that also they will do negotiation on how much charity. Why? When you have taken it from the society, when it has been, you are blessed with it. See, this word, the dana, is many times translated into charity. When we translate dan into charity, it gives you a feeling of being somebody great who is capable of donating. It is not donation. Dan should not be equated to donation. Dan should be equated to what? Sharing. Whatever we have should be shared amongst all. And those who don't do this, Shri Krishna says, what? Yo bhunte stena eva saha. The word stena means what? Thief. Shri Krishna says they are thieves. And what he is saying, it is rightly said. So why? Now when suppose you take loan from a bank, suppose you have bought a house, and for arranging the finances of that house, we end up taking loan from bank. Now, if you do not pay the loans of that bank, what will you be called? If somebody has taken loans and they are obviously expected to pay off those loans, anybody who is not paying off the loans is called what? A thief, right? Similarly, whatever we have in our lives, whatever we have for ourselves, it is a gift from somebody. It is a loan that we have taken from the Brahma itself. It is a loan that we have taken from the Samaj, from the society itself. It is a loan that we have from our parents, teachers, and everybody. And it has to be paid off. And if the loan is not paid off, yo bhungte stena eva saha, just enjoying and not paying off those loans. The same terminology is used by Sri Krishna. He says they are thieves. Now, when we say here, you will feel, I don't even have enough for charity. This question comes to many people. I don't even have anything worth sharing. Whatever I have is enough just for my own family. Here, it is not only about wealth. It is not only about food. It is also about knowledge. It is about time. It is about everything. If a person doesn't have enough wealth for sharing, then knowledge should be shared. Now we have Geeta Sevi program. You should all be aware of one thing. There is a reason why this entire Learn Geeta program is being called a Geeta Mahayagya. It is not only a Yagya, it is a Geeta Mahayagya. And in that, each of the volunteers is doing a sacrifice. They all are doing a yagya. It should be done in a very pious way, with a very beautiful feeling. And at the same time, every sadhak has this opportunity to participate in this yagya. It is a Mahayagya. And in this Mahayagya, what is the sacrifice? What is the ahuti that everybody is giving? It is the ahuti of knowledge. It is the ahuti of time. It is the ahutis of skill. Those who see, we are having a Vivechan session. You are able to hear me. I am able to see you. It is a blessing of our tech department. They are hosting this meeting, ensuring it is coming on YouTube, etc. It is a big, when the Vivechan notes come, there is a big team working on writing all these notes. Who is doing all this? We are all doing a yagya. They all are doing a karma yagya. They all are participating in this mahayagya and offering their services as the ahuti, as the sacrifices, as a ahuti in this mahayagya. And this is a beautiful opportunity for all of us. So those who say that I don't have time, the time that we have got in our lives, that is also a blessing of Brahmaji. Whatever time we have in our lives is a time that is a thing from Brahmaji. It is our duty to share this time for the right purpose. So everything, so this should not be taken only in terms of wealth, in terms of food, etc. Whatever we can do, we should be doing and offering it back to the society. And whoever is not doing so, Shri Krishna says they are thieves. Chor, that is the word, because Tena itself means a thief. Further, Shri Krishna says, Yajna Shishtashe Nasanto Muchyante Sarva Kilvishaihi Bhuinjate te tvagam papa ye pachantyatmakaranat. What is the purpose of our lives? We all strive to do what we all have to achieve whenever, especially Geeta sadhaks, any spiritual, any person who is seeking this path of spirituality says, I have to attain what? The Paramananda Swarup. I want to attain God. It is not a permanent state where you just go attain Him. No, it is a continuous process. You have to be continuously chanting about Him. It is essential to achieve that. There is a certain process of purification that we have to do. What Shri Krishna, what many people see that I want to attain God, and they'll do these basic, just meditating, just doing dhyan. That is not the only way of achieving it. The act of this entire act of achieving God can be achieved by this action called yagya. Whatever yagya that we are doing, it can help us achieve this unition with the God. And what Shri Krishna is saying, that in the previous shloka we saw anybody who is not doing so, They are some who are doing, what are they doing? After doing the sat karma, after doing all the good deeds, whatever food they eat, whatever utilities of the life they are enjoying, that is good. It is a benefit that we get. But those who are enjoying everything in their lives, who are having this merrily enjoying their life and doing just upabhog. What is the meaning of upabhog? Just taking everything from the society without returning, without having a sense of gratitude towards towards what we have got. And those who don't do these essential rituals, puja, path, hai, whatever other rituals are, they are who are not involved in any kind of act of purification. They are, Shri Krishna says, they are not eating food, but they are actually doing papa bhakshan. This word Swamiji says is translating into what he says. He's saying agham papa. They indeed, and here he has used the word too. Indeed, they are doing what? Agham papaha ye pachanti atmakarana. Those who are only working for their own sake. What they are doing, they are only cooking for themselves, only eating. They are eating what? They are actually just accumulating sins for themselves. They are only accumulating sins. Karma. This one definition of karma you all should always know. It is an act of purifying your soul, because you can do good karma and purify your soul. If you do a bad karma, it is going to what? Have an adverse effect on the soul. It is going to have an adverse effect on the life and the people who before eating. So we are not doing any good satkarma, are not thinking about offering any services to anything, not performing this entire yajna. They are having papa food, they are having sinful food. Shri Krishna is saying that their life will continue to be tainted. There is a very how do we achieve this state? That question comes to everybody. Okay, so how do we? So we understand all the practical, theoretical part of it. Practically, what we should be doing. Whenever we sit down to eat, we should think: have I given food to anybody else also? Anybody needy today? When we are sitting down, have I done any one good charitable thing before eating this food, before doing any enjoying any of these resources that I have in my life? Have I done any one good act today that can be termed as yajna? This introspection we have to do. Jnaneshwar Maharaj says that for so many kalpa, he has done the tapa of Vani. Tap, you all know the penance of what? Speech. What he says, that for many kalpa, now I'll tell you what is the meaning of kalpa. We all know we are in Kali Yuga. Okay. Now, Kali Yuga is one of the yugas. It is the shortest of the yuga. There are Chaturyugis, Satyug, Dwapar Yug, Treta Yug, Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, and Kali Yuga. We all know these 4 yugas are so long, more than 44 lakh, some number of years they are. And this is just one this is one Chaturyugi. When such 1,000 Chaturyugis will happen, 1,000 times into these 44 lakh years, 47 lakh years, will be one kalpa, one Chaturyugi. And then 1,000 of Chaturyugis will become one kalpa. And Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, for thousands of kalpa, I have done this one meditation of what? Not speaking any lie. I have not uttered a single lie from my mouth. Imagine what great penance. Now he is Swami, he is Jnaneshwar Maharaj. He says, because of that penance, I am in a position to deliver this Jnaneshwari. I am in a position to deliver this great bhashya on Bhagavad-Gītā itself. That is the kind of penance. For us, telling lies is like a necessity sometimes, but we should understand, we have to introspect, is this how it is? And always remind, if Jnaneshwar Maharaj had to do this for, he was Jnaneshwar Maharaj, we have to at least make an effort to try to be very pious in all our acts. We have to understand that Bhagavad Gita is a granth which emphasizes on what? It emphasizes on the purification of life. And that is why Gita, padhe padhai jeevan mein laaye. Unless we understand that this has to transcend into our lives, it is of no use. Daily do yajna means what? Daily do some selfless act. Big yajnas we cannot do every day. We cannot sit and we cannot have a big yajna with, say, thousands of yajna kundas. But what we can do, one selfless act will be a yajna in itself, and that is what Shri Krishna says everybody has to do. That yajna we have to achieve by the means of our actions. Now, when we say that this is still, difficult to believe sometimes. So can our actions really transcend into yajnas? That relationship Shri Krishna explains in the next two shlokas. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanya danna sambhava yajnat bhavati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhava karma brahmodbhavam vidhi brahmakshara samudbhava tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajne pratishtitam. What Shri Krishna is saying here is he is explaining a whole chain. Like we all must have learned water cycle in the childhood. Water evaporates and it condenses, it reaches the sky, it becomes clouds, the clouds condense and the water is formed. This is a cycle, right? Similarly, this entire act, this entire process of we doing act, or it is being united as a karma, and it is transcending into what? Brahma, Parabrahma, Paramatma, how our actions are connecting with the Parabrahma, that Shri Krishna has explained. It is a very beautiful explanation. Annat bhavanti bhutani. We all know that we are born and brought up as a result of what? The anna, the food. That is the matter which is making us and building us, nourishing us. We all know annat bhavanti bhutani. Then parjanya danna sambhava. How is the food coming into existence? Because of the rains. Food is obtained by the virtue of what? By the virtue of rains. And annat yajnat bhavati parjanyo. The rains that are happening is a result of what? We all should understand that it is a result of yajna. And the yajnas, we all know that rains can be resulting in yajna. Here, one interesting thing I want to tell you. See, Agnat Bhavati Bhutani, easy to believe. Parjanya Danna Sambhava, that also is because we have a scientific mind. We all easily believe in all this. But Yajnat Bhavanti Parjanyo, this is slightly tricky. How come Yajna is giving rise to rains? Now we all know, many of you are aware of this fact that in our country, Yajna has been done from a long ancient time. People have been doing yajnas to get rains at appropriate times, at the time of famine, etc. Yajnas have been performed. One logical question comes to this modern mind, that is, what happens in the foreign countries? Now in other countries, they don't do yajna. What is it that is giving rains there? Very important question. And that is where this another definition of yajna is reinforced. Swamiji says here we have to understand that yajna is not just the yajna that we do in the Havan Kund with the fire. It is the karma yajna. If our actions are good, the land where people are living, if the actions of the people of that land is good, there will be rains. It will always be nourished by the nature itself. Then nature will nourish this land. Then nature will take care of this land because of the actions, because of the good deeds that the people staying there have done. And again, if it is still difficult to believe, let me tell you a small incident about Nizamabad, where it is an old story where there was a time of famine. And that time it was being ruled by invaders, and at that time he ordered all the people from his the Nizam. He ordered people, everybody, to do different type, whatever is possible to get rains. So the Brahmins also started their chants, everything was done, but there was no result. And then they visited a very pious, very big, very Shrestha Brahmin and asked what can be done. He said there is a very pious sage who lives in the forests near your land. His name is Rishi Shringya. And Rishingya, he is a very pious saint. His father has never even allowed to, look at a woman. And that guy, his penance is very, very deep and very pious. Now you have to get him to do something for you. He is the only pious sage. He has so much divinity in him that he can probably do something for you. Now, how that's a very long story. We'll not go into the details. Somehow he was asked to come out of that forest, and the moment he stepped on that land, it started raining. That is because of the punya, because of the good deeds, because of the piousness of this sage. It started the moment he stepped on it. We also see in Andhra, there is a place where a very pious sage in the past has kept his foot till now. The water is flowing, and that water is believed to have medicinal properties. This kind of piousness, this kind of divinity our sages had. Why? Owing to this yagya, owing to these good deeds that they have done for the society. Such great were their deeds that they had this piousness in themselves that they could achieve so much for the society. And next he says, Yajna karma samudbhavaha. Yajna, as I told, when Prajapati Brahma has created this entire world along with the creatures, he has also created Yagya and Karma, because the creatures are created, both have been created together. So Yagya has been created because Karma in itself is also a Yagya. Yagya is done through the process of various types of action performed by us. So Yagya Karma Samudbhavaha. Udbhavaha means it is originating. So Yagya is also coming. So what is the cycle we have seen so far? The food is resulting in the bhuta, that is us. The people are originating from the food. The food is owing because of the rains. The rain is coming from the yagya. The yagya is coming from what? Karma. And karma brahmod bhavam vidhi. What is it that is telling us that what is to be done and what is not to be done? When I say we are doing an act, what should be done? That is important. What act is being done, that comes later. But before that, what should be done? How it should be done? From where is all this knowledge coming? From the Vedas. So the karma, what is the origin of the karma? What should be done? We all are inspired to learn Bhagavad-Gītā. We all are inspired to learn the correct spiritual knowledge. Where is this intellect also coming to us? From the Vedas. That buddhi is coming to us from the Vedas. So karma is coming from the Vedas. Karma brahmod bhavam vidhi. So you understand, Arjun, that this is coming from the Vedas, from the Brahma itself. And Brahmakshara samudbhavam. Where is this Brahma? Where are the Vedas originating from? From the Paramatma himself. So this is the link. That is how we are connected. Our actions, bhutani, are connected to Parampita Paramatma. Our mind is connected to the Parampita Paramatma from this particular cycle. That is why Shri Krishna says, Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma Nityai Yagne Pratishtitam. That is what Shri Krishna is saying. In all the yajnas that you are doing, directly we are connected to whom? The Brahma, and to Paramatma himself. So further, Shri Krishna, talking about this cycle, continues to say, Evam pravartitain chakrandanu vartayati hayaha aghayurindriya ramo moham partha sajivati. He has explained a cycle. Now what he says, the one who doesn't follow his role in this cycle, na anuvartayati ya yaha. iha. What he says, the one who doesn't follow this, anuvartayati means does not follow. Na anuvartayati, does not follow his rule. What happens? They are, and why they are not following these rules? Aghayuhu indriya rama. Because they are so engrossed in the subjects of the senses, watching TV, mobile, all these things. They are so engrossed in these subjects that they are not understanding their own rule. What is that happening to them? Well, how is their life? Mogham partha sajivati. Their life itself is in vain. So we all have to, at this point of time, from this shloka, understand what is the importance of our human birth. There is a saying in English, very popularly, people say, think global, act local. Everybody must have heard. So we have to see that we have in this big global cycle of Brahma, where our actions are transcending ultimately into Brahma, we have a small part to play, and that part is local. What is that local? Do your actions correctly. Focus on your own actions. So what is being told? Have a cosmic thinking and see how you can contribute in this cycle. Then many people find it very difficult to understand, but you understand one thing. If you imagine a big, huge machine, okay, the machine has lot of mechanical parts. There will be small screws. Now if one day a screw decides, what, this machine is so big, what is the point? What big thing am I doing here? Even if I just fall down and not do my job, it's okay, but the machine fails. Every small screw in a machine has an important role to play in the functioning of that machine. Similarly, every small action that we do, that we all human beings do, everything that we offer back to this world is playing an important function in this entire karmic cycle that Sri Krishna has described. This we have to understand. Now we have this initiatives around, reduce, recycle, kind of things, waste segregation, all that we do in our community. Many people ask, what is the use if I alone do this? Me alone not using plastic is not going to make any difference. But your role is important. If everybody starts thinking like that, then the whole environment is sinking. We all know how all the fishes are sinking, how their life has become a hell. So the fishes, their stomachs are full of plastic. Each one of us has a small role to play. If each one of us plays that important role, we will be contributing to the big yagya, to the yagya of preventing the decline of this entire prakriti, entire nature. And Shri Krishna further explains, emphasizing the need of karma. Yastvat maratireva syad atmatriptascha bhanavaha atmanyeva cha santushtas tasya karyanna vidyate. Very important one thing. Now, whatever Shri Krishna has told so far, okay, everybody has to do. One important question comes to everybody's mind. This type of karma that is described, is it necessary for everybody, for all of them? Shri Krishna says there is one exception. Yahatu atmaratihi. Atmaratihi. Rata means busy in something, totally involved in something, totally engrossed in something. Rat. Okay, atmaratihi means what? The one who is involved in self. Now here, don't think involved in this body. Connected with the Paramatma that is within. How connected with that Paramatma who is within, if that kind of person is, even if he's so engrossed in self, who is connected with the Parampita Paramatma, that kind of knowledgeable being is free from this kind of binding. Their karma, akarma, everything is same. They are free from this binding. Santushtas, they are the ones who are contented with their sadhana, are free from this binding. Now, don't start believing that, okay, I will also be content in my sadhana. No, we should not immediately start comparing ourselves with these great beings who are Atmarati. The Atmarati here, it is for great sages. who have done this great pious things, like I was talking about Rishi Shringa, people like him, their action is not going to, their actions are like actions of Paramatma themselves, except people who have reached that level of sadhana. Everybody is expected to do this work. So Shri Krishna continues, Naiva tasya kritenartho na kriteneha kaschana na chasya sarvabhuteshu kaschidarthavyapashrayah. Continuing with the example of the previous shloka, Shri Krishna says, those who are Atmarat, who are connected with Parampita Paramatma, those who have reached that Uchchakoti sadhana, Ramakrishna Paramhans, he has reached that sadhana. So it doesn't mean that they will not do any action. They will do. But whether he does or he doesn't do, it doesn't matter, because he's connected with the Paramatma. Everything is, every act of his, every inaction of his is also a part of this great cosmic cycle. For this, sometimes it becomes difficult to understand. Swamiji explains this with an example of a pregnant lady. During the pregnancy, in the initial days, she will do all the household work. Come what may, cooking, everything they will do. As the pregnancy graduates, the kid and the delivery days are sooner, then there will be a time where they're resting, because it is necessary for them. Whether they're doing or not, the household will be working properly. And once the child is delivered, the mother will not even come out of the room. She'll be busy with the baby. She will be busy with that her own child and busily doing, but that is the most important thing. That way she'll be connected to the child, and at that moment that will be the most important thing for the household. Like that, the sage is connected with the supreme being, the Paramatma. They will be in that position. How they have attained that? But because they have initially done lot of groundwork. So we should not compare ourselves with that category. We have to, coming back to our own category with the normal people who should continue with their karma. Shri Krishna emphasizes the importance of karma for them. So there is a class, a very spiritually enhanced class, who are free from this act of karma, and we have to understand their greatness. We cannot say it. So in Maharashtra, we had a great sage, Sant Gajanan Maharaj. If people start saying he is not doing anything, and we start comparing, why should I do? No, we are not even comparable to that. People should understand. We have to be at which level? Tasmada satatam karyam karma samachara. This is our category. Taking us back to our category. Shri Krishna says, Tasmada satatam karyam karma samachara asakto yacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. See, this shloka can be best understood by the example of a student and a great scholar. So suppose there is a very brilliant, bright student. Now the teacher says, see, your exams are coming. It is time for half-yearly exams for most of the students. You finish all your studies in advance, okay? Complete everything so that at the time of your exams, you can relax a bit and focus on your exams properly, but you can relax and study at the time of exams. So what this brilliant, bright student did, he completed all his study well in advance, revisions, multiple revisions, thorough. So much so that even if he's asked to write the paper now, he can write. That level of preparation he has completed. Now, a normal average student who has barely done his studies, not even completed homework, this kind of student sees, look at that fellow. It is exam time and he's not studying also. Nicely playing, because that person is resting, because he has already finished. His level of preparedness is so much that even if now the teacher gives the paper, he can write. That level of preparedness he has. And this person, this another regular student feels, oh, what great, he is relaxing, let me also relax. Can that regular student afford to relax? No. So there are different, these are two different class of students, right? So this great people are a different class. No, we cannot compare. This regular student cannot compare himself with that great scholar who has finished his studies and say that, oh, I will not study, I don't need to study. What should the student do? The regular student, karyam karma samachara, he has to study. He cannot be relaxed like the scholar. So what we have to do, because we are of this category, karyam karma samachara, what we have to do, we have to do good deeds from now only. And Geeta Parivar, by the means of Learn Geeta, is already giving a great opportunity. Our Geeta say we all can see what all good deeds we can do. This for to begin with, there are a lot of good deeds we can do in this world. So what we all have to do, we have to do this. Whatever we can achieve by doing our niyata karma. Niyata karma means duties which are meant for us. First, we have to do this. See, when it comes to students, and it is some average student, what the mother will say, there's now a great brilliant student, they get these awards in the functions, brilliant, some scholar badge, all these things they will get. What the mother will say to the child, to her own child, see, if you also study nicely like this achiever, you will also one day get this kind of scholar badge and all that. So you study, do your studies nicely. She will tell. Similarly, Shri Krishna is telling us also, you want to reach that level, no, where karma is not making any difference, you also have to do good deeds. We have to focus on our own actions. That is what Shri Krishna is saying. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim asthita janakadayaha lokasangrahamevapi sampashyan kartumarhasi. We have crossed the time. Little this one last shloka we'll take, which is connected to what we are discussing, and then we will. So just one shloka. Please listen with the patience that you all are already listening with. What Shri Krishna is saying, just like how he is telling, you have to continue with your good deeds, with your karma itself. Karmana eva hi samsiddhim. The siddhi that the perfect people, the knowledgeable, pious people have got, this you can achieve by doing your actions also. By doing your own actions, you can achieve this. And he's also giving an example of somebody who has already achieved it. Janakadayaha. Janaka Adi. Janak is the Maharaj Janak. We have heard about him. So what Shri Krishna is saying, this kind of siddhi, this kind of piousness, this kind of divinity can be achieved by what? Doing your karma also. You can also achieve this by following the path of your karma, just as how King Janak has done. And he says, Loka sangraham evapi sampashyan kartumarhasi. King Janak has done what? He has followed his own karma. He has taken care of his own kingdom. And while doing all that, he has done his all karma he has done, and he has achieved siddhi. This example of King Janak, when he says, we have to understand the importance of, many places this example of King Janak is given. His position is so great. We have to understand that this has been explained in Mahabharata as well as in Devi Bhagavad. This mention comes. We all know Shukdev Maharaj, who is the Vakta, who is the one who has told the entire Bhagavad to Raja Parikshit. Shukdev Maharaj was sent to whom? To get the appropriate lessons, was sent to Raja Janak, Maharaja Janak. We all know Shukdev Maharaj is son of Bhagwan Vedavyas. Vedavyas ji, who has written great granthas, he was trying to explain Shukdev Maharaj to do his karma, and he was trying to convince him about it. But Shukdev Maharaj, he says, no, I don't agree. And every time during this explanation also, Bhagwan Vedavyas continuously mentioned that look at Janak Maharaj, he has achieved that kind of siddhi. So he was refusing to agree, and to get the lessons, Shukdev Maharaj ji was sent to whom? To King Janak, to attain the to attain siddhis, to attain the ultimate knowledge. So imagine, and then there is a long story about how Janak Maharaj taught important lessons of life to Shukdev Maharaj. That is, we'll not go into the details, but see the caliber of Janak Maharaj. How did he achieve that level of Siddhi? He achieved it by following his own karma. He did not go to forest and start doing penance. That is not the only way. This is what Shri Krishna has tried to explain here. While doing your own work also, while continuing to do your own work, a person who can get engrossed in Atma Jnana, even while pursuing his own work, they can continue achieving the Atma Jnana, can get the supreme spiritual knowledge even by pursuing the path of what? Karma Yoga. That is the beauty of all these shlokas. May we all also get this appropriate intelligence. May we all also, while managing a beautiful work-life balance, by managing all household chores, all other office and all other duties, may we also be continue beautifully on this spiritual path. And the rest of the shlokas we will be seeing in the next session. So with that, I seek blessings for all of us from Param Pujya Swamiji and from Shri Krishna. With that, I offer this entire discussion at the feet of Shri Krishna himself. Hari Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Tat Sat. Yeah, so if anybody has any queries to ask.
Thank you, Didi, for your excellent and thought-provoking vivechan. It was a great pleasure and blessing to be here on this pleasant evening with your, and I'm sure with your guidance, we hope to progress along this path, along this divine path, and we are quite motivated to proceed further in knowing more things about this third adhyaya. So it was very wonderful. And now it's time for our interactive session. Request all the participants to come forward with your doubts. Please use the hand symbol so that you can be unmuted.
There are a few hand raised.
Yes, yes. So a few of them have raised their hands. I'll just
everybody is requested to start the video so they can be
those
spotlighted.
Whoever wants to ask the question, please start your videos.
In the meantime,
I will just call out the names. Premlata Sridharji, kindly unmute yourself and also switch on your video and put forward your question, please. Premlata Didi.
Shruti Didi is already added. Okay, Shruti Didi, you can ask. And
please unmute yourself. You are muted. So you have to unmute on your own and switch on your video. Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna, Shruti Didi.
I wanted to ask, so is both Jnana and Karma both are same? It is different.
I am not able to hear you properly.
Slightly loud, voice is low.
Jnana
please come near and talk.
Is Jnana and Karma is different or it is same?
You are, if I get your question correctly, you are asking whether Jnana and Karma is same. Is that what you are asking?
It is different. It is different.
It is different. Jnana it means the knowledge of self, the knowledge of your Atma, the knowledge of the soul. How we all know that we are a part of Parampita Paramatma, the Brahma. So this Atma Jnana is considered as Jnana. And Karma means the actions that we are doing. Like you are asking a question now, I'm trying to reply. This action that we are doing, that is Karma.
Action
is karma and jnana. Now, attaining jnana can be done by the means of karma. So you understand that jnana is the aim and karma is the means of achieving that aim. Just to connect the two, that is how we can connect it.
Thank you.
Okay, next, Premlata Didi, kindly unmute yourself.
I think she's not able to start the camera. You can ask the question, Premlata Didi.
Premlata, please spotlight Premlata Didi. Yes.
Her video is not on. So not able to
yes.
Spotlight. In the meantime, if there are any further questions.
I think Premlata Didi was raising her hand from long time back. I don't know whether she. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now anybody else, please kindly put your hand symbol up so that I can unmute you. I think we don't have any
Yeah,
more.
it's okay. We can pursue with the.
Okay, still if anybody wants, please raise your hand. Just for 1 second, we'll wait.
Even if the prayer and during the Hanuman Chalisa also some thought comes to your mind, you can feel free
Yes,
to raise
yes.
your hand.
Okay. I think no more. We will just proceed forward.
For the prayer. Ji.
Every day is a blessing from God. And what a wonderful way it would be to show our sincere gratitude by offering our sincere prayers at the lotus feet of Paramatma. So let us get ready for the Prarthana. I now invite Nagapavani Kuchibutla ji from Vishakhapatnam. Didi is a postgraduate and professionally a corporate employee interested in singing and fine arts. Didi is offering Seva as tech assistant for L3 Group and connected with Geeta Parivar since 2023. Welcome for the Prarthana, Didi. Please take over.
You need to unmute, Pavani ji. Unmute.
योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri
Thank you,
Krishna.
Didi. Thank you so much for that wonderful prayer. And then now, as just a gentle reminder, once more, I request all of you to attend the Geeta Sevi program, which will be broadcasted today and in our Zoom meeting, and the link of which is provided in your groups. Kindly attend and see that all of you join this Geeta Sevi program by selecting your choice of Seva, because there are multiple options. Now, it's my pleasure to offer my sincere appreciations on behalf of Geeta Parivar to all those who contributed in making this evening a memorable one. I also convey my gratitude to everyone who is here for taking the time to attend this session and for making this event a huge success. Thank you to each one of you. May let us, before concluding this, let me also remind you that there's Hanuman Chalisa Parayan immediately after this.
Devsmita Pandaji has raised hand.
Okay. I'll just turn.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Actually, Mahabharata war, it took, I think, 15 days to complete. So when the Lord Shri Krishna give this advice to the, means how much time he took? When did he give?
It is at the onset of the war itself.
Okay.
From what I have heard from Swamiji and other literature, the time duration was around 40-45 minutes. 45 minutes of the conversation was this entire discourse.
Okay. Because war will be going on, means how he is doing all these things, that was.
The war had not started.
Okay.
See, how we come to know that only the Shankhanad had started. The first chapter, if you have seen now, all the Shankhanad started, and that was also not to start the war. It was only to cheer up the Duryodhan, that Pitama he blowed his own conch. He blew the Shankha for cheering up Duryodhan. It was not even to start the war. So it was just that the armies are standing in front of each other and waiting for the signal to start the war. So the war was not going on when the Bhagavad Gita was being said.
Okay.
And again, another evidence comes when the first chapter itself, Arjuna is saying, take my chariot in between the two armies. So the armies were still apart, right? They were not at war. They were standing apart and in between the chariot was going on. So it is before the war that it was.
Okay, Jai Shri Krishna.
Sudhaji, kindly unmute yourself.
Jai Shri Krishna. May I question in Hindi?
Yeah, sure. You can ask in Hindi also.
And secondly, not from this 10 shlokas, But other than this,
Okay, आप पूछिए. If I know, I will tell. अगर मुझे पता होगा तो मैं कोशिश करूंगी पूछ के देखिए.
yes. Actually, मैं चाह रही हूँ जानना कि जैसे आप कहते हैं कि इसमें अपने को कोई भी भावना के बिना कुछ भी करे बिगर अपना करना चाहिए. अपनी भावना कर्म करते समय अपने मन में आसक्ति नहीं होना चाहिए, है ना. पर हम लोग जब जैसे तैयार होते हैं, सजते धजते हैं, तो हम अपने आप को सजाते हैं, तो मन के अंदर उसका अपने आप को सुंदर दिखाने का लालच तो आ ही जाता है. तो ये फिर कर्म के बिना क्या हुआ ऐसा?
हाँ. So one thing we have to understand what her question is, like when we are, decking up ourselves, or what is it? First thing I'll tell you, Didi, there is a difference between bhavna and asakti. So it is a normal thing to try to look good, but being continuously engrossed in it, so much so that मैं अपने आप को डेकोरेट करने में इतनी व्यस्त हो जाती हूँ कि मैं अपने बाकी काम ही भूल गई. अब यहाँ पे हमें ये देखना है कि हमारा मेन काम क्या है. What is your main duty? There is a difference between bhavna and asakti. We should love everybody. Shri Krishna in this, when in Bhagavad Gita we learn everything, it is samatha. We also learn helping each other, seeing each other with a feeling of love. So, but there is a difference between attachment and love. For instance, if we go to buy something with two children of the family, okay, one is my own child, another is, say, some daughter-in-law, some sister-in-law's child, or anybody. Now, if I'm getting food,
देखो तो हमारा इंटरनेट बंद हो गया है.
इंटरनेट चालू है.
Having a feeling of love is different, and having a feeling of asakti is different.
दीदी, जैसे हम लोग ना, हाँ, जैसे हमारे अपने बच्चों के प्रति प्यार तो बहुत ज्यादा होता ही है, वो रहेगा ही, परिवार के प्रति प्यार रहेगा, तो ये सब चीजें भी.
और अगर हमारा बच्चा कुछ गलत करता है तो उसको पनिश भी उस हिसाब से कर सके, ऐसी आसक्ति उसमें नहीं होनी चाहिए. So tomorrow, if there is one story of a judge, I'll quickly tell you. If there is a judge and he is giving, forget a judge, I'll not tell you fictional story, I'll tell you a real story of Ahilya Bai Holkar. She was the queen. Now, when one day that queen, she got, if there was once in her court, her son was brought as a convict, saying this is what he has done. So what should be done with him? And when he was asked what should be done with him, she was asked, he said, she had a very clear answer. If the same thing was done by some other person, what would have been the punishment? The Brahmins, the other people in her court, said he would have been hanged. This act that he has done, the sin that he has committed, converges into life punishment. He has to be hanged. So she said, then he has to be hanged. No matter what is the rule remains same for her, and she has given this judgment to hang her own son. So that is what is not being asakta. वो ये नहीं बोली कि मेरा बेटा है तो राजकुमार है. No, that is rule for all. So we have to love. Did she not love her son? Of course she loved, but there is no asakti. That we have to understand. So we should love our children, but there should not be asakti in the children.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna, Devi.
Jai Shri
Ji.
I think no more questions.
Ji.
Yes. Very interesting question and answer session. It was a very interactive session, and the basic doubts which all of us get, they have asked, and it is and we have got right answers from you, Didi. Very good. And it was a really enjoyable experience. May the divine presence of Shri Krishna always be with you, all of you, guiding you, protecting you, and showering you with blessings. With these words, We would now move on for chanting of Hanuman Chalisa before concluding this session.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
Didi, one small request, one more doubt is there. Jayashree Didi wants to ask some doubt. Jayashree Didi, kindly unmute yourself.
Jai Shri
I
Krishna.
can't. Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna, please unmute. Yeah.
Yeah, now you can hear me. It's unmute
Yes, I can hear
because
you.
I am not able to unmute now.
No,
I
no.
want to ask you to speak about karma.
Hmm.
But one thing is that we say we should look after our elders and all. I
Yeah.
stay in a remote place, means in north, where
Hmm.
it is very cold, -2, -1. And this summer is also very hot, where temperature goes above 45. That time I cannot keep my mother-in-law because cold and all she can say. And many other who stays in foreign countries, they cannot keep their mother-in-law, they cannot help in times. So this is done by God only, na? Means कहते हैं ना कि जन्म पत्र में वो foreign जाने का ये था, योग्य था, चला गया. So what about them? Do they have any this excuse? Do they have any this from punishment, exempt from punishment?
See, I don't know about, honestly, I'm not qualified enough to answer this, but in your situation where there has to be a balance, if on a daily basis,
I cannot hear you, ma'am.
I think there is some internet issue. Just we'll wait for 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is not able to connect.
Okay.
Didi, I think you can address your question directly to Didi after this session.
Okay.
Because now she's not able to connect. So
yeah, but others won't be able to this.
Yes,
And
yes.
since I'm not feeling
I
well,
think she's joined. Let us wait for her.
Okay.
sorry, I
Yeah.
had a network
Didi is
issue.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I had a network issue. So what I was saying is from karmic scriptures perspective, I might not be able to tell you what is the result of this karma. But one thing what I can say is in any situation, we can always try to find out what best we can offer for our parents who are remotely located. What best you can do now, big organization, big companies are running remotely. So much has been achieved. We are in a times where everything, no matter the physical distance is not mattering that much. So in that case, I think we can try to figure out some way in which you can even from remotely you can try to arrange appropriate comfort for your parents and other things. So whatever we can try to achieve remotely, we should try to achieve whatever there will be, and also pray to God that give me an opportunity. Sometimes now we are also complaining about lack of opportunity. Who can give us that opportunity? Shri Krishna himself can give. So every day Swamiji also says that we should pray that give me an opportunity that some good act happens from me. Your good acts wherever you are will automatically take care of your relatives at your hometown. That also, see, one good act that you do here, that karma is accumulating, everything is connected, everything Parabrahma is connected. If your good actions are wherever you are, will maybe end up getting some help for you back home also. So good karma is going to come back in some or the other form. Not necessary that you will be there to help. Somebody else will be in your place to help out your parents. So have faith in good karma. Pray that good actions happen from me and leave the rest to Shri Krishna. Appropriate opportunities, appropriate care will be taken.
And one more thing I want to ask you. In today's world, you are saying give love. Even I am also a member of Satya Sai organization. They also love everyone, never hurt anyone. But if I love anyone, what they say, "Ye matlab hi hai." With something has
You
to
love
be done by
somebody, we
me.
say they
The
we have to be, we have to
people take
just
in that way, no, why
focus.
they are showing such love.
Yeah,
They,
see,
some things they
no,
have to
no.
get
We
done by
have to
us.
be kind.
So,
We have to
so
be
that is
kind.
also
We have
there.
to be loving. We have to not think about what others think. We have to do our duty. You don't have to go overboard with everything, but any act of kindness, any opportunity where you can do some kind of kindness, we should not leave. It is, I'm making a very conscious choice of word here, opportunity to do kindness. I'm not saying that you are doing kindness, that is some great job you are doing. No, it is an opportunity to be able to do something in life is itself a blessing. So any opportunity that you get, you do. What others say, it doesn't matter. Why should it matter? You are
But
following your karma.
our name gets spoiled,
And
na? What they say.
what Shri Krishna has also says that without karma sanga tyag karo. You have to, because now what is why this is coming also, you have to analyze. When I am loving somebody, I am also expecting to get the love back, because I am having some expectation of love, some expectation of appreciation. This thought is coming that even though I am loving, they are not. When Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj was loving people who hated him, who were behind his life, did he bother? Why I have to? Why, what will they think? There is an incident about, people wanted to get him killed because some people say that he's a threat to our power in the position in the society. In that situation also, he never stopped loving. He never thought, why should I love? They are not loving me. They are never going to talk good about me. And people were also saying that he is faking all that knowledge and all that love. But why should he bother about it? He continued on his path. Why I am giving you, don't say that he is Sant Jnaneshwar Maharaj. Unless and until we try to follow them, we are not going to be able to reach where we want to reach. So these life characters, we have to try our best to follow them. What others are saying, they'll fall in line automatically. They'll fall in line, or whatever, they will not fall in line. That is not our job, basically. That is what I'm trying to say. I hope that satisfies you.
Okay.
Is there anyone else who wants to ask?
Next session, if you get better answers, you can give.
I'll definitely try to improve my knowledge to match your level of satisfaction. But ultimately, we have to also analyze our own desires. Like, if I am loving, am I getting the appreciation? Is that expectation done in a correct way? What is karma yoga? Doing an action without having any expectation of the result. We don't have any control over the result, because we don't have any control over the result is what I'm saying. Because we don't have control over the result, we cannot think about it. So this is with my limited intellect, but I really hope that you get a complete, very good, satisfying answer. Definitely, well, pray to Shri Krishna that
your
you
answer
definitely
is also satisfying.
That's okay.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you for that excellent answers you have given for the day-to-day problems which people face these days, the dilemmas and guilt which they have in their lives. Okay, thank you, Didi. We'll all meet again same day, same time next week for the Vivechan of the next part of this third Adhyaya. Till then, please take care. Jai Shri Krishna to all of you. So we are ending this session with this. Thank you, Didi, once again.
Thanks to you also, Lakshmi. Thank you.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.